Company. Remember, we're streaming live on all our social media platforms. We are live on X, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on IG. My name is Natalia. So, another night. Transactional sex is a thing, right? Where people say that if you give me this, I will give you sex in return. And then there is sex for favors. There's a thin line between the two, but tonight we're going to break it down. Sex for favors. Yes, it is a thing. Why is it a thing? What exactly should people know when they engage in these? That is where we are at tonight. And we do hope that you will share your experiences with us tonight right here on Duvet. So tonight, my guests, I have Whitney D, who is a musician. Whitney, you're welcome to Duvet.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and then I have the almighty Nana Romeo. You know, before coming, one of my colleagues said, who's coming? I said, Romeo. He said, Wele Wele. How are you, Nana?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm well, thank you. I see you're doing so many things. You're like, you know, everywhere.
Now I'm jack of all trades.
Yeah?
I do everything.
You don't want to give money chance.
Charlie, this is the time to do that.
I know.
The time is coming. We'll be weak and we'll not be able to.
I know.
So
I
this
know.
is the time. Yeah.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And then I have Sandra Idara, who is a lifestyle content creator. Sandra, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm okay. And
You're looking funky.
Thank you. I like your hair.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, so we're getting straight into it. Sex for favors. It is a thing. Whitney, tell me, is this something that you've heard before? Have you heard that, you know, simple term, sex for favors? Have you heard that before?
Yes, I've heard it before.
You've heard it before?
Yes, yes.
And when you heard it, what exactly came to mind for you?
Doing sex to gain something beneficial in return. That's what came to my mind.
Okay, something beneficial. I like the
Yeah.
fact that it's beneficial. Not just something.
Yeah,
Something beneficial.
Beneficial that you benefit from.
That you benefit from. Okay, so let's just do the explanation for what sex for favors is, and then we'll come down to the main details. Nana, sex for favors.
Yeah, just as she said, when we say a favor, it is something that we get in return of something, right? So, or in exchange of something. So, sex for favor basically means that you are giving me sex, and I'm also giving you what you need. So, assuming I need sex from you, and you also need something else from me. So, you give me sex, and I give you what you want.
Okay.
It's a market.
Okay.
So, you give me what you have, and I give you. It's an exchange of...
Right, transactional.
Exactly.
All right, Sandra,
Hi.
you seem surprised by the explanations. Did you have something else in mind?
The way he said it's transactional, like
Isn't it?
it's normal, like it's something normal. Because it's not normal. It's not something that is supposed to be happening. Like it's not supposed to be transactional. Because there are some people that do it because they know that they have a very good body to pay for whatever you have to offer. So if you are saying it's transactional, it's like it's something that is there and it's normal, but it's not normal. So that was what I was like, hey.
Yeah. I don't think he specifically said it's
No,
normal.
I was just explaining.
Yeah.
Okay,
what
the
it
reason why I
is.
said A was because the way he said transactional, it kind of sound like it was normal, like a
But it
normal
is
thing.
And that's the
transactional,
meaning.
though.
That's
Yeah.
the meaning of it. You
It
know.
is transactional.
You can't run away
A
from the
transaction is an exchange of something.
That's it.
Anytime you exchange something with someone, it's a transaction, right? So definitely sex for favors is transactional.
Okay.
Yeah?
And it's done by two people
Exactly.
that have come into agreement of something.
To do
It's
that.
not always agreement.
It's not, there always isn't an agreement. Tell me more, Sandra.
It's not always an
I'm
agreement.
interested. It's not always an agreement.
Yeah, because there's some
Okay.
people doing it, but in as much as they're not saying no, but I don't think they want to do
So
it.
nobody's forcing you.
No, in as much as you are not forcing me, that doesn't mean I want to do it. Because some people are just doing it just because of what they're having in return.
Exactly.
But it gets to a point that the person, I don't even know how to
Offering
even put it. Yeah, the
the
person
sex.
offering the sex is not even happy about it.
So why are they doing it if they are not happy about it?
Because of what they are getting in return.
Yeah, then it's the thing is that, you know, we all make certain decisions in our lives, right?
Okay.
At any given time, you as a person, as an individual, you decide what you think is best for you at any given time. Nobody forces anybody to do anything. So if you choose to get involved in that transaction and there's not a gun to your head, that is a decision you have made.
That's it.
And you have made it because you have thought that whatever you're getting in return is much more important than what you're offering. It is the reason why you would take that decision. So if somebody said, okay, Natalia, what is it that I need in this life? Let me see.
$1 million.
I know. Let me think about the biggest thing I need. Okay. If somebody says, Natalia, I'm offering you that, and I'm thinking in exchange for what? And he says, oh, you know, just come and spend the night with me. I would sit and reason. Even though I may not like this person in question, do I need this thing that much?
Exactly.
If I do, yes, I don't like him, but I'm thinking of the reward in the end. You know
Okay,
what
so
I
what
mean?
about a situation like this? I read an article that a girl was saying she needed a job from her boss, and then her boss invited her to have a talk, not for sex or anything of that sort. And she went there, and then the man was like, okay, so, you know, I want to give you the job. So what you have to do is to sleep with me, and then so that you get the job. And she needs that job. And then she's not saying yes, but all of a sudden, he started touching her, and because she needs the job, so at that point, she can't really
couldn't
say
resist.
no. So what about that? It is not a consent sex. You get
No,
it? But
it's
she's
not.
actually doing it.
It's not, so that is coercion, right? But in that moment, again, I'll repeat myself, in any given moment, as an individual, you have the right to make decisions for yourself. If you're in a situation that is uncomfortable, that you don't like, nothing stops you from leaving.
But that's actually
Unless the person
deportation.
is physically holding you back, which then becomes another whole conversation, which then becomes a criminal conversation, right? Which is a crime that you can report, right?
And how-
But if they are not physically holding you down and they're touching you and you're allowing them, then it means that you're okay with it because the person cannot read your mind. Do you understand? To know that you're uncomfortable. Because if somebody is touching you and you're not saying
You're not
anything,
resisting.
you're not resisting, how would they know that you're not okay with
And
it?
you and I know that sometimes when men come close to women, I always tell men that the day a woman will tell you, I'm not in the mood, is the day she wants it.
No.
No.
No, stop.
See,
No.
Wait, I'm
no,
coming.
please, no.
Let me explain.
Let's not do that.
Let me explain.
Can
Nah.
he, let him
Let me
land.
explain.
Let him land, then we
I
can.
am a man, so I'm speaking as a man. I've dealt with women, right? And have friends. I hear stories. When boys meet, we talk. The day your girlfriend will tell you, the day you are on bed together, and she kind of goes close to the wall, and she turns, yeah? And you try to touch her and say, oh, please stop that. And eventually she opens up to you. It's the day she'll ride you crazily.
Hey.
It depends on the argument.
It depends on
Yes,
with
the
you.
argument or the
Most of
situation.
the situations we have met, that's how it is.
So Romeo, you're speaking from experience.
Not only me.
Okay,
Majority
but
of the
you
men will
and
tell
a
you.
few of your people.
Exactly.
That's how
There's
you feel.
something about women. Women always pretend they don't like something. They will, oh, please stop that. Oh, don't touch me. I don't like it. It's a lie. Women always want you to dig them before you get to find what you are looking for.
To dig them?
Yes, they don't want to give it to you.
When you say dig them, what does that mean?
So dig them means, let's say I want sex from you, right? You will not open up easily like that. Okay. I'll have to play with you. I'll have to say sweet stuff into your ears. I will have to make some
Sweet
promises.
stuff that you mean or you don't mean.
Things to lure you. I mean, women, they don't care. See, women want to hear beautiful things into their ears. Sometimes you are on bed or you are in bed with a woman. I mean, in the course of the sexual activity, you'll be telling certain things that she knows you cannot do, but she'll believe it.
I understand what he's saying.
So
Sometimes you argue with your guy, then you want to do shakara for him a little bit. But then again, sometimes he does something so bad, you're just like, leave me alone, don't touch me, I'm disgusted
But still
by
will
you.
touch you, and you allow us to
But
touch you.
sometimes the situation is very bad where it's like, I'm disgusted by you, don't touch me.
But
then
so far as we are
sometimes
together,
girls do
we
shakara
always have a way
too.
of touching you eventually. It is our game. We know how to play it.
Because
Sandra is not in agreement with this
because
conversation.
if
Sandra,
I tell
me.
you I'm not in the mood, and then you are still trying to, you know, touch me, and then I give, and I could tell anybody you raped me.
No, it depends. It depends.
Yeah, I could tell anyone you raped me because I told you I was not in the mood, and you were
Will you
still
be
forcing
honest? Will you be
yourself
honest
on me.
before man and God that there has never been a time you resisted something that you wanted? A woman can tell a guy, see, a woman can tell a guy, you know what, don't call me again, I'm done with you. But the next day, she'll be the first to check up on you. No, let's be honest here, if I'm lying.
I think that's a different thing.
No, but, so I'm trying to say that women, the things women say they don't like, most of these things, they end up liking them.
Sandra?
Especially when you are in a relationship with them, not just any woman.
Any random person.
A woman that you have an affair with.
I think you should know the type of person you are with before you. I think he has to be with a specific kind of woman.
Let's continue.
It's not everybody because this is.
You see, you see the way this girl is speaking?
I know. Sandra.
These are the type of women we can easily lure. We like it when they are difficult like that. You change your mind right now.
You change your mind right
Oh,
now.
trust me.
Sandra, is your mind ready to be changed?
Nah.
Nah.
Because I don't want it. I don't want it. Please.
Okay.
Okay, now let's get into how this works. Because Sandra, you mentioned that you know someone who wanted a job.
Yeah.
And then when she went to meet this man, the man said, sleep with me and I'll give you a job. And we also know situations where a man will come to you, and these days the men are very brazen, right? These days the men are not, they don't come to you in the guise of, I want to marry you and a relationship and all of that bollocks.
Yeah.
Most of them come straight up and say, you know what, I find you attractive. I want to get sexual with you, like straight up like that, right?
Women like to be told the truth. They prefer it that way than you trying to beat around the bush. No, now there's a phrase.
Yeah.
Women don't really want to hear it again. I want to marry you.
Oh, yeah.
Because she knows you are lying.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it
No,
again?
I want to hear it.
You want to hear
I
it?
want to hear it.
You want to hear it?
So I
Okay.
just meet you and I tell you, oh, you're beautiful, I want to marry you.
Yeah.
And you believe it.
Yeah, you could be honest. I mean, yeah.
So
But have
see-
you heard that before?
No, it doesn't even
No,
make
you have never heard any man say to you that they want to marry you?
Oh yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
And did they?
No.
Because they're-
Did they get what they wanted?
I don't
If
know.
you be honest.
I don't know.
She's not willing to divulge that information on national television. But obviously, it's a thing that men do when they, you know, say things like, oh, I want to marry you. I want us to get married. And they know, and for me especially, it's such a red flag if you
That's
meet
it.
me and a week
yeah,
later
yeah.
you say, I want to marry you, like, I'm sorry. What happened to all the other women you've known for years?
Yeah.
Why me in 1 week?
You don't even know anything about
You don't know
me.
anything about me. How can you say such a big thing, you know? So it's such a red flag. And so the men don't do that anymore. These days, the men will just up front and say that, I find you really attractive and I want us to get sexual. What do you say? So in that regard, I find that usually there's a certain offer first. It's either the sex offer comes first and then it is met with a counter offer, right? Or that I decide that maybe I want to find a job and I go somewhere. I'm going there to seek a job. But then the person may meet me with an offer and say, oh, okay, I like the way you look, can we, you know? So which one usually comes first? How would you say this transaction happens?
I mean, who
in
makes the move first?
Yes, in all the knowing that we know, yeah, when it comes to sex for favors, which one usually comes first? Is it the sex offer or the favor offer?
The favor offer from where I sit. the
That's
favor
what
offer.
comes first.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so? Explain further.
You know, I was sharing a similar, story with you off air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes a lot. Sometimes you are there and a woman will be like, hello, please, can I ask a favor from you?
Okay.
You understand? So, assuming she's your target, she's someone you have always wanted to have something to do with, and she comes to you, hello, do you mind I ask for a favor? And then you say, oh, Fifu, go ahead. And then she asks you, okay, do you mind we meet somewhere probably for dinner? Because you might not be able to tell her via text message that then I'll give you based on this. Sometimes you want to respect her.
Right.
You ask for a meeting. Then you sit down and have a conversation on that.
And then when
in
you
a
meet
nice
her,
way.
then you tell her that
Yeah.
I will do this for you on
Yeah.
condition
Exactly.
that
And
you
it's not
sleep with
compulsory.
me.
Sometimes you don't just go straight and say sleep with me.
Okay.
I mean, we speak in parables.
Okay.
There's a nice way of, presenting that case.
Really?
Oh, you know what? I don't mind doing this for you, but I also like you. Because this thing happened to me before, and I remember that voice came out, and people said that a lady wanted favor from Romeo, and Romeo wanted sex.
I remember at the time we were together.
Back, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So this is a lady I had never met, even till now. I don't even know her. I've never met
right.
her. It was through, Facebook. So we were chatting. Sometimes she'll be like, Nana, can you send me credit? And I'll send her. And she was my kind of woman.
Okay.
Yeah. So she'll be like, Nana, do you mind to send me credit? I want to order for rice. Do you mind to pay for me? So I was doing those things. Until one time she came and was like, Nana, I'm doing something that is so serious. Can you send me 1,500? I'll pay later.
And this was years ago.
Yes, years ago.
Because I remember this was in
about 4, 5 years.
No more.
No more.
This was like 2018.
5, 6 years ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember.
And then I told her, you know what? I don't mind giving you, but you haven't been fair to me. All the favors you have asked, I've given you. But I asked you to just come and visit me. And you find that a problem. You know I'm not a bank. I don't give loans to people. So come around, at least get to know me. Let's sit down and talk. So this was the voice I sent to the lady. And it came out. And people were like, oh, the lady asked money from Romeo, and Romeo asked her to come home. What is wrong if I ask you to come home?
Everything is
come and do
wrong.
what?
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, so if
Everything
you
is
come
wrong.
home-
Everything is wrong. I don't like it when men do that. I don't like it when a man says to me, come to my house. Anytime anybody has ever said that to me, I block them straight
Did you hear
away.
my story? She asked for credit.
No,
I
no,
gave
no,
her.
no, don't even say that. I was there. Yeah, we worked together at the time, so I'm familiar with that story.
That's it.
But I'm just saying, in general,
Yeah.
for me, as a rule of thumb, if any man says, come to my house, I would block you. Because for me, it comes off as somewhat insulting. I'm sorry, but what do you mean I should come to your house? Like,
Come to my den.
I have, you know, you are aware I have a house, right? May I should say, you know what I mean? So what am I coming to do? So it means they're asking me to come so that we have sex.
Nobody told you come and let's have sex.
Hey.
No, I'm coming. No, how will you know why you are coming to me? First of all, is it wrong to visit me? Is there anything?
Saying it at the point when she needs the money.
Exactly.
It is because
Oh,
previously.
my God. No, but if you're saying to come to your house at a time when I've asked for a favor, it comes off as you. So let's do this.
Okay, so I see that amount. At that time, I saw that amount to be a huge amount.
Of course, in
So
2017,
before I
1,500.
could give you 1,500 in 2017, I mean, what is wrong if I want to meet you in person? At least know
You
that.
want to see her?
Well, first of
See
all,
me,
yes.
Kadoji.
How about if it's a man behind your account chatting me? So at least come, let me get to know. So
Somewhere.
you could also suggest that, oh, why?
I won't come to your
why
house, but
home?
meet
so
me.
Maybe you could also suggest. The fact that I asked you to come home does not mean come, let's have sex.
But we know the men mentality.
So you are assuming. So the men do that to you.
Can you see how we are all saying the same thing? It means that we are
You
familiar.
experienced that
We are
before.
very familiar. When a man
Okay.
says, come to my house, it's a whole other
But
conversation.
why is it that women find this normal to ask for a favor or money from a man, and then they think it's normal, we just met, and then they start asking you for favors? But the moment you ask for what you want, it becomes a problem. Why?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Really?
Because per what you are saying right now, you find it wrong to demand from a man who will give you from his heart. And then later he asks you to come home. The fact that he said come home alone, no, it pisses you off.
No,
it's
okay.
a turn off.
Okay, so here's what. Let me clarify. First of
Yeah,
all, I don't ask favors from strange men.
Your sisters who do that.
I don't, yes, I, Natalia, I do not ask favors from strange men. And I can never Nana Romeo na maje wo ho.
Okay.
Because who want to me beside me? You know what I mean?
Of course.
And there's so many men in my life that I can ask to do this and that for me. And I know, and they know that they can't ask me for shilling.
That's right.
And we understand each other on that level. But I will not ask a strange man for money or a man I just met for money or favor or whatever.
Good.
And in that same vein, I would want him to respect himself and not ask me to come to his house.
Good. So you don't ask, and then we also stop asking you to come. Because at the end of the day, you want to benefit something. So what does the man also benefit in return?
Aish.
No, but there's a way to go about it. Like a man,
Did you
a
wait
man
for
should
that
have
way?
game on how he should have. You could take it to dinner and then maybe be like,
Who will pay for the dinner? The man, right? No, is it not the man who pay for the dinner?
Yeah, but you can.
Okay, Romeo, cool down.
Okay.
Cool down. Whitney, take me through the process. Typically, how would you want, when you met a man, how would you want him to warm up to the sex conversation?
Okay, so when you're seeing the man and you're asking for the favors, I mean, you too, you're a female, you know, okay, I'll have to rub his head sometimes or something. So the favors keep coming. But the guy shouldn't just go straight, like, favor for...
So he should do the favors up until what time before you rub his head?
I think the woman will know when it's
They'll
like...
know. It's
no, I
instinctive.
need to go, like, we need to go out, we need to, not necessarily sex, but we need to go, I need to spend time with him because he's been doing this for me. It's kind of selfish if he's been giving me all of this money, favors. I need to also show appreciation also.
But Nana, you asked something. You said if we go for the dinner, who's paying for the dinner? You're paying for the dinner, but I've also sacrificed my time to come and meet with you, right? But men don't consider that as anything. Like, imagine I could be doing something else, okay? I could be doing anything else, but I chose to be spending that time with you. It should count for something. You should realize that me leaving my house or wherever I'm from and coming to meet you is not. It shouldn't be nothing to you.
Good.
It should count for something.
Good.
Because my presence could have been anywhere else. And I chose to give it to you.
Are you basing this question on when a woman asks you for a bigger favor and you feel like, no, let's...
When you say a bigger favor...
Yeah, because some favors are big.
No, sorry. What is a bigger favor?
Okay, asking a man for 100 cedis or lunch or, I mean, for some little things, you know, I feel they are normal.
Okay.
But asking a man for money to go and pay your school fees.
So how much?
go and rent.
Let's talk figures.
Okay, it depends on
What
the
amount?
man's level.
What amount? No, but let's do like on a general level.
Okay.
What amount will a man consider? Okay, this is a big favor.
Good. Assuming in this current, I mean,
Economic
situation in Ghana, and then a woman calls you, my rent is due. Can you do me a favor? I need 10,000 or 7,000, 8,000 to add up to my money and go and pay for my rent. And this is a woman, you've been chasing, a woman you admire, a woman you like, who has been playing games with you. Once in a while, she'll be like, hey, you day, I just ordered for some rice. Can you pay for me? And then you pay. And then all of a sudden, she comes and tells
you have been paying for rice,
No, you know, because of what I do on TikTok, I hear a lot of such stories. People share their stories with me. Women love rice a lot. So most women ask for rice.
My God.
It is hard for a woman to ask for fufu. Mostly they will tell you, oh, I ordered for rice, some rice, either jollof rice, plain rice, whatever rice. Okay, so we hear rice often. And then you'll be paying. And then, I mean, by doing all this, the woman does not avail herself. And then one day out of the blue, she comes, hello, Nana, I know I've been asking a lot from you, but this one is very serious. Nana, where I live, my landlord is asking me out. Please, can you do me a favor? I need 10,000. I'll pay later. Okay? And the man says, do you mind
pay later?
Oh, that's the strategy. They tell you, oh, I'll pay later. Okay? And then you say, oh, but how about we meeting? And she'll be like, oh, I don't think it's necessary because at this time I'm very hot. My mind is very hot. So we hear, I'm a man, I'm speaking.
Okay,
from
Nana,
a
you know
man's,
what?
I mean, yeah.
Nana, just hold that thought. We're going to go on a break.
Okay.
I'm very interested in the pay later bit because from where I sit, I don't see how a man that is chirping me and trying to come into my life will give me money and I'll pay later. Like, I'm sorry. I can't understand that language. I don't speak it. I don't understand it. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Tonight, I'm with Whitney, I'm with Nana, Romeo, and I'm with Sandra. And we're talking sex for favors, something you're familiar with. We would love to hear from you. Also, do not forget we're streaming live on all our social media platforms. We're live on X, we're live on YouTube, we're live on IG, and definitely live on Facebook. So we would love for you to interact with us. Quick break, we will be right back. All right, welcome back. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Tonight, we are talking sex for favors. And even on the break, so much conversation happening in the studio. I'm with Whitney, I'm with Nana Romeo, and I am with Sandra. Be sure to connect with us on our social media platforms, GHOne TV. Nana, before the break, you were talking about women when they say, oh, Mami Sika, I'll pay back. Yeah. And I'm telling you that I'm so unfamiliar with that. Why would anybody say that?
First of all, I want the public to know that I'm not saying that it's a good thing to have sex with favors, right? I'm not supporting that. But I'm explaining what happens or what I know. Sometimes a woman that knows that you like her and has been trying to play games around you, kind of, I say, you know, that kind of thing. And then, I don't know why, but you'll be there and out of the blue, she'll be like, hello, Nana, you know what? I use Nana because Nana is a common name in Ghana. I'm not saying it's me.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, Nana, you know what? I have a little problem. I don't know if you can help me solve it. And then you ask, what's the problem? You know, my mom is not feeling well, eh? And my dad too, I don't know, when you call, I mean, he doesn't pick up and blah, blah, blah. But I have an assignment in school. I need to pay some money. Do you mind to pay for me? Maybe I'll give it to you later. Okay. When she knows she can't pay that money. And then you are like, oh, I don't have a problem. Can we meet somewhere, sit down and talk about it? Then it becomes a problem.
But why do you need to meet to talk about it? Why do you need to meet to talk about it?
First of all,
somebody asks for something. It's either I can or I cannot. Where's the meeting from?
Good. So that's why I said, you know how men are able to, I mean, steal women's attention. Sometimes when a woman is seated right in front of you and you want to ask something, it's quite easier than when it's on phone. When you watch each other eye to eye and then you are boldly asking for something, sometimes it is hard for them to resist, especially whatever she's asking now. If you have it on the table and she sees, when women see what they want, running away from it becomes a problem.
Right.
And men who do this, I mean, men who do this mostly are men that will not go far with you. They only want to have fun with you.
Right.
So he feels that I know I can't marry this lady. She wants my money. I also want something in return from her.
Okay.
But how do I get that thing I need from her? So what I will do to lure her is that I bring what she needs on the table and then we talk. So whilst talking, she'll be seeing that thing lying down. And then you also try to explain to her
So you put the money on the table?
Sometimes, that's what some men do.
Here, oh, you said you needed this amount. Here it is.
Yeah, is it?
But I also am looking for this and that.
So you earlier on asked that which one comes first. So it is the favor that always comes first.
And then the men...
Then the money
counter
or whatever,
favor, okay.
the sex one too follows.
Interesting. Sandra, you seem shocked.
That's what
this is wickedness.
It's wickedness.
You see the money on the table,
No, this is wickedness. Because you know you can give it to me. Why do you want something? Why do you want to sleep with me? Like before you give it to me, like you can just tell me no, or I'll give you half of it, and you can look for the other half. But why do you want to sleep with me just because you've meant me?
It's not
like
compulsory.
That's wrong. Like
it's not compulsory.
It doesn't even. That's unethical. Like it's very wrong. Like.
So let the right one give you the money.
No, because
if it's wrong.
Because people really need it. Like you don't know what. And let's say for instance, what is actually paining me is that if I have sex with you for that money, and then the guy will go about telling people that, oh, as for her, oh, me, I ate her because she needed money. Oh, me, Uber to me, like, you can go and eat her for money. And then, you know, she can't even be free because people go like, oh, she's a prostitute. You can, like, sleep with her and give her iPhone. But she's not like that. She really needed the money for that on like that time, but she doesn't have a choice and she did it. But yet you're going to see you can't take that woman serious. Then you two are not a serious person.
Right.
Of course.
For you,
because-
asking for sex, you're not a
So
serious
Sandra,
person.
the thing is that, well, typically before you ask any man for money, this man in question has to be somebody that you think you have a certain level of relationship with, or you think they like you to a certain level, because usually we use that as a weakness for men. Oh, ni pa so pemasem kakra, so let me ask him and see if it's something he can do for me, right? So typically before anyone would ask a man for money, this man in question is somebody that she thinks is an okay man to ask for money, because you can't just up and ask any random man for stuff, right? It has to be a man that you think wants you or likes you or has been showing signs of concern or care or whatever. So you're asking that because you know there's a possibility he would give because he likes you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you also open your mind up to the fact that there's a possibility of him asking for more? Because clearly the only reason why you're going to ask that particular man is because he's shown you that he likes you and he cares, right? So shouldn't you
Consider him.
give room for that possibility?
Nah, like
No, I think you should.
you think I should.
If he likes you,
Yeah.
and then you're asking for the money, by all means, he's going to want to take you out on a date or something. Not necessarily sex, but he's going to want your time.
Taking me out on a date is fine. But telling me you want to sleep with me sounds some way like, imagine if I really, really trust you and I know you like me and I'm asking you for money, and then you tell me, okay, I'll give you the money, and then I want you to sleep with me. Then you don't like me. No, to me, you don't like me.
Why is sex a taboo?
It's not a taboo, but it should be something that I want to. I shouldn't do it because
So
there's something coming in.
The other side of that table is, so Sandra, you're asking this man for money, and the idea of him putting sex on the table is disturbing for you because you think this is wrong. But in that moment, is Sandra having sex with someone, another somebody, who obviously cannot give her the money that she's looking for?
No.
No, I'm saying that. No, I don't mean you,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that typically, right?
Yeah.
A woman will ask man A for money. And if man A is asking for sex in return, it's like, oh my God, how can you do this? This is like, it's so crazy. But in that same vein, this woman is having sex with man B for nothing, for I love him. But this man B that you love, that you're having sex with, is unable to provide the things that you're asking man A for. Isn't there something wrong with that equation?
I think you should ask the person that you are sleeping with first before you ask someone that you're not sleeping with.
Right.
You should ask the person you are sleeping with, because you are sleeping with me. I'm sleeping with you without taking money from you. So if I have a problem, I should come to you.
But should you sleep with someone and then take money from them?
No.
Okay.
You should sleep with someone because you want to sleep with the person, not because you want something from the person.
Right.
Do you
Okay.
get it?
So the person you're sleeping with typically should be the your first
person.
point of call
Yes.
when you're in need of something.
Yes. And
And,
if it
what if
doesn't
they
work
cannot
out?
provide?
If they cannot provide, then you ask someone who you think can help you out. If the
Right.
person is asking for sex and you think that you cannot, just tell the person I cannot. But you, as a normal human being, you feel offended because I mean, like, you know, we are not on that level for you
Right.
to be asking me sex.
Right. So
that's
what
why she
also
said-
happens to if the man you're having sex with is unable to provide this and that you need? What happens to maybe the other women in your life? Maybe you have girlfriends, you have people in your life.
Family
so
members.
family members. So why would you go and ask a man that you know likes you?
Just
Assuming
because I
you
know
know
he
I
can,
like you.
he
Yeah.
can give it to me.
And I've shown all.
All the
I mean,
signs are
that I
glaring.
like you.
All the signs are
Yes.
glaring. You can see
Yes.
that this man likes you. And the other day, I made a statement on this show and people came at me. I didn't understand because I said that when a man wants to sleep with you, you cannot tell me you don't know. Like if any woman tells me that they don't know a certain man wants to sleep with them by the signs that they have shown you, that is very disturbing to me. When a man wants to sleep with you, you will know from the get-go. You would know. You would know. It's in the way they look at you. They gawk at you. It's in the way at any given opportunity, they will wrap their hands around your thigh. It's in the way when they hug you, they don't want to let you go. And sometimes looking to squeeze this and that. You know this man, given the opportunity, will sleep with you in a heartbeat. So if you go to this same man that has shown you all these signs, and ask for this and that, and then get confused or disturbed that he asked for sex, then you are the problem. I mean, I don't know.
It's just like fire.
I'm sure that
There's fire
I'm
here.
sure that no, Sandra you seem confused, right? I'm sure that
the problem.
people will again not understand where I'm coming from when I say this, because if I know that Romeo wants to sleep with me, he's shown me all the signs from A to Z, right? He's the last person I'll go to for anything, especially if I'm not interested.
Yes.
If I'm interested, hallelujah,
that means
hooray.
you've thought about
but
it.
if I'm not interested and I go to the same man that I know will sleep with me in a heartbeat to ask for this and that, then the man is not the problem. I'm the problem. I have chosen to go to a place I don't want to ask for what I need. And there's a problem with that. You don't think so?
See, it's just like you go to a woman and you make your intentions known to her, that you admire her, you like her, you want her. And the same woman asks, she's not saying yes, she's not saying no, yeah? And the same woman tells you that, well, can we go on a weekend?
True.
Yes. And then she tells you that when we go, we will not sleep in the same room. So, do you think a man will just get up and say, oh, I'm paying for the trip, let's go on a weekend? A man that likes you, and then you ask the man that, can I get my separate room? Doesn't make sense.
What's wrong with that?
There's fire. You know there's fire here. And you go and touch the fire. The fire burns you. And then you come and blame the fire.
My own room.
Yeah. Whitney, how do you feel about that situation?
I feel like if you're asking to go for a weekend, you should know what's going to happen on that weekend. We're all grown. Like, I didn't go on a weekend by myself to be in separate rooms. Like, it should be obvious.
Simply just don't go to a place you're not comfortable there. That's such a problem for me. People will choose to put themselves in spaces that they're not comfortable. The man likes you, you don't like him. Why are you going to where he is?
But
what's wrong with that equation, Sandra? Tell me. Tell me what's wrong with that equation.
Because, for instance, I've had a guy come up to me and then he told me that we should go on a trip, right? But you know, he hasn't told me he likes me or anything. He just told me that we should go on a trip, normal trip. And then...
No, rewind. Let's start from the top. Because I'm sorry, we need to get there has to be a background to this. This guy is a random guy.
Okay, so I started talking to this guy. And just normal, hey, how are you? Good morning, how was your day?
Okay.
And then... all of that. He suggested that he was going on a trip and would I like to join because he's actually a content creator and I am also a content creator. So we could go and then create content.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, sure, I'm up for it. I would go. So maybe we can get a separate room. And he's like, oh, you know what? We can get the same room because, you know, I'm not in for that. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I think we should get a separate room. When we got there, he was like, there's no room unless we share a room.
And then you should
So this trip that you were invited on was fully funded by the guy?
By the guy.
Okay.
Because he was like, let's go and create some content.
Okay.
And I went there because of content too.
Okay. Okay.
And then now we got there and then he was like, oh, there are no rooms. So we had to share the same room.
The only room left.
Yes.
Because, you know, I think a couple of weeks ago when we had a conversation here that just went viral and people came at me for saying something, one guy reached out to me on social media and said that what the men like to do is when a woman insists on separate rooms, they're like, oh, of course, I'll get a room for you. But they pre-arrange with whoever is at the front desk of whichever hotel to tell you when they walk in that they only have one room left.
Oh, wow.
And if I have traveled from Accra to Tamale, and they say there's one room left, and this is not a trip I paid for or I have contributed to, at that point, in that instance, I won't have a choice than to check into the same room with this man. Because there's no way I'm leaving Tamale at whatever time to come back to Accra, right?
Assuming the man even drove.
Exactly. So they said that, oh, Natalia, I don't mind these girls because we do it to them all the time. They'll agree to your request of a separate bedroom. They'll say, oh, don't worry. I put everything together, let's go, you have your room. But when you get there, wherever the place is that you get, you'll be told that there's only one room left. And you can't argue with whoever is in charge of a place if they tell you there's one room left. You won't argue with them. So you actually go and spend the time with whichever man. Reason why I have always insisted that, especially when you don't like someone,
You don't go.
don't entertain their presence.
That's it.
Stay away.
That's it.
Find the person you like and do your things in that area.
So-
That way, nobody is offended. If I like someone and I travel with him to Tamale and there's no room and we're sleeping in the car, because I like him.
That's it.
So I don't have a problem. But it is only when you don't like the person that it gets murky, because now you're like, I'm uncomfortable. I didn't like this and that. But then you're thinking of what you are also getting in return, which you're getting for free, right? Because you've been told that, oh, it's a free trip. I haven't contributed a penny to the trip, you know?
So why
and
do you
it
travel
gets
with
a
someone
little
you don't
difficult
like?
that way.
So I'm saying
Sandra.
that we can't actually like roll with people
Oh, you
just without
can.
having any sexual thoughts.
Oh, you
or-
can. You
because
definitely can.
It's just weird. Like, it's very weird why you have to be with a woman, or you have to have a woman around you and all you think about is just being sexual with her. It's very disturbing. Like, I
It
should
is.
be able to have a good friend. I should be able to
So
work
that's
with
why,
you.
that's why, Sandra, that's why the distinction is knowing a man who has shown you they want to sleep with
That's
you.
it.
I'm sure it's not every man that comes into your life that will show you those signs. Of course. Like, I have many male friends.
She's been my friend for years.
Many. I have many male friends who have never shown me any signs of sex. If Romeo says, Natalia, let's go to Ho, I will sit in the sky and go. And I will not have anything in my mind. Do you understand? There are men who do not want to have sex with you or have been friends with you and have shown you that I'm not here for the sex. I think I like your maybe intelligence or company or whatever. And those men are there. So if you leave those ones and you follow the one that has shown you they want to sleep with you, the conversation is not, we're not saying that you can't be friends with a man or every man that comes to you wants to sleep with you.
Yes.
Not at all. We're just saying that there has to be a distinction,
signs
a
are
clear
clear.
distinction between the person that you know wants to sleep with you and the people that you're cool with and like, you get what I'm saying?
And
Does that
why,
work?
and that's why we are saying that when a man shows you these signs that he likes you, and you know from your heart that you don't like him, you don't even go and ask anything from him.
Exactly.
I feel
Because
like,
at the end of the day, he wants something from you. And giving you what you are asking for will also follow up with something that he also wants from you. So to be on the safer side, when a man shows interest in you and you know that you don't like him, you don't take anything from
Yes,
him.
cut it, Po.
Don't
Cut it.
entertain him.
Yeah, cut it from
Simple.
the get-go.
I don't know if you
Yes.
get what we are trying to say.
Yeah, cut it from the get-go, because you know there's no interest here. So from the get-go, you just cut it. But the women linger on because they know they'll get this and that. What's I say? They hold on to these men that they know like them because they know they'll get something. They'll get this, they'll get that. Obey where mommy, obey where mommy. So even though they don't like the man, they hold on to him. And then complain later. And that's the problem.
But you know, when it comes to sex, sex with favors, even in marriages, it's there. I don't know if
that's
you're
what I
aware.
was saying.
Good. So it has its good side and its bad side. Let's say I'm married to you, and you come back from the office and you find out that I've washed all the dishes, I've cleaned the whole house. Yeah, tonight I have a gift for you. You get me? And then we go inside, and that is the night you show me all the styles you have never shown me before. So it's sex for favor. You get me?
Right.
Yeah.
Whitney, tell me something. Would you say that is the new trend now? Because I hear this a lot of the time, especially in today's social media age. There are these conversations all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah? So would you say like this is where we are at?
I feel like in this day and age, yes, sex for favors is there. It's loud and clear. It's there. Girls want to mess with a guy in order to get something in return. Yes. I don't think a girl would sit with a guy and talk to him, mess with him without getting something in return.
Right.
Yeah.
So the days were, I mean, I'm a millennial. Back in the day, when a boy wanted to come to your house, they'll go and stand behind the gates and your dad is yelling at them, hey, who is that? And they are running away and all of that. People don't do that anymore, right? And now when a man is coming into your life, especially when whether he likes you or not, these days you can't really tell what is real and what is not real. Nana Chechemimu. How can women tell? I'll come back to that question, but how can women tell who's real and who's not real? Because these days when a man approaches you, you're not sure.
Yeah.
What is it that you want? And I'm like me, I keep saying, I'll ask you, what do you want? You know, give me specifications.
All right. Sometimes a man may see a woman with a bad intention. No, I want to nag this girl. But the moment you get closer to the woman, whatever bad intention you have changes. Especially when she tends to be, the better woman you've been looking for. I see Natalia, let's say I see Whitney, see the way she's dressed and all that. So at the back of my mind, I feel like, girl will be a player. So let me also go and play with her. But you get closer to her and you realize that it's just what you see. But, she's not, internally, she's not what you think she is.
Right.
And then she begins to ask you, Nana, are you okay? What do you want to eat? Should I make something for you? Do you know? And then you're like, So she's not what I thought she was.
Right.
And you begin to like her. So if you had bad intentions, the moment she starts showing you the good side of her that you never thought she has, then your mind changes and you want to stick to her. So that's what somebody will ask you that, out of the good girls, this is the girl you found. And you'll be like, hey, you get me? So sometimes we ourselves, when we are coming, we don't know how the future will be until we get closer to you. Do you get me? Sometimes
God.
Sometimes too, we see you beautiful, nice looking, and we are like, this is my kind of woman. She's well dressed. I was saying it today that the women that wear short stuff, piercing, tattoo, and all that, sometimes we see them as bad girls. And those wearing kaba and silk, we are like, oh, these are good girls. But when you get closer to the women that wear kaba and silk, you realize that the one wearing the buskeleke and the one wearing the piercing and all that, she is rather the good woman you've been praying for. So it's not about the looks. So sometimes we see them, they look good, we go to them and we realize, no, then you just back off. Sometimes you go, you feel like, oh, I want to have fun with her. You go and you stick, you don't go anywhere. So it depends. It depends on the vibe you give us.
Right.
That tells us.
So
what
it's
we
more
want to
us
do.
than you.
Yes.
Really?
You determine the future for us.
Really?
Yes.
I've
Per
heard
your
that before,
attitude.
though.
Really? That's interesting.
Because for example, I've been with a guy where he came to the table and he was like, what do you want? What do you want? He knew from the get-go, like, nah, if I want to be with this girl is going to want something. What do you want? But then me, I didn't want anything. So that messed up with his brain. Like, no, I know women want something. Like, I can't just be with you like that. We know you want something. Tell me what you want.
No, it depends on how the woman looks. Trust me.
Okay.
It's not
My
just
mom
any
told me
woman
that
you
too.
walk to and ask her, what do you want? No. You know, there are some women, the moment you see her, you are even shy to even ask certain things from her. Okay. Based on how she looks.
Interesting.
Do you get me? Like, you
Sandra,
see the way
you're
you're looking. I'm not
learning,
judging
aren't
you. I'm not judging you, but you see the way you're looking now. If 10 men come to you, about 7 or 8 will have this sexual motive.
Yeah.
But see the way my sister here is dressed. Because she looks a bit different from the way you look. So when a man sees the two of you, the moment the man sees the two of you, he may think, this girl is well cultured. Okay. I don't think she's into that thing. Yeah. So when I'm approaching her, I think I need to go, gently. But when they are coming to you, hey, what's up, child? What's up? You know, so they are. But
it also depends on what their profession is, right?
The women.
Yes, I mean, if you meet a banker, obviously they'll be decently dressed because of their
let's say
profession.
on the weekend you go out.
On the weekend.
Yeah, you go out on the weekend. I mean, some people go out like this. Yeah, am I lying?
Yeah.
Yeah, some two go out like this. So you go out, you see these two girls in a pub.
Yeah.
And you want to approach the two.
You think, oh, this one is a bad bee.
That's it.
And this one is this one looks really cultured.
So
but she will show you the bad bee energy, man. Interesting. So you're saying that we women determine how a relationship goes with a man. Wow.
Based on what
But are there men who just are looking to just come and hit and run?
And that's why I'm saying that some may have that mentality. Yet when they come to you and you show them a good side of you, they stick to you and they don't go anywhere. They may play around, but they will take you serious.
Sandra says, Sandra, what is troubling you? Talk to me.
Why are you still playing around?
I said they may. No, naturally, men are polygamous.
Naturally, men are polygamous.
Run away from this.
We shouldn't run away from it.
How can you run away from this?
So you're saying women should accept that men are polygamous.
If you don't
so
accept,
if I have a man, I should accept that he will sleep with me and sleep with everybody else?
If you don't have that at the back of your mind, you can never be with a man.
Hey, then don't be angry when we bring you somebody's child. Don't be angry
but why
when
would
we
you
bring you
bring
some.
someone?
Why are you so sleeping around?
Nana, this is very disturbing. You're saying that any woman who has a man
Yes.
should be open about the idea, or open to the idea that this man will sleep with other women.
See, I'm not saying that when you see him doing it, be happy. But don't see your man as a saint.
Oh.
No man on earth is a saint. The days of Solomon, David, those that were even talking to God directly, God speaks and they speak. These people were even fornicating. You get me?
Right.
So, who am I? Nana Romeo.
A mere mortal.
A mere Nana Romeo who has to pray for months. I don't even know whether my prayers even go to God. And then you expect me to be a saint. When Solomon and David was God's best friend. Yet, he was not faithful.
Okay.
So this thing started long ago. You can't change it.
Okay. Very interesting. I find this very interesting. Sandra, how do you feel about all of this? I see that you're overwhelmed, right?
She's rather enjoying the conversation now.
I don't even know what to say.
Okay,
like,
Sandra, you hold that thought. We're going to go on a break. When we return, there's more coming in. It looks like, Nana, tonight's show has been, you have dominated the entire show tonight. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Tonight, I'm with Nana Romeo, I'm with Sandra, and I'm with Whitney. We're talking about sex for favors, or in Nana Romeo's case, favors for sex. Because he says the women ask for the favors and then the men counter it with the sex. We would love to hear from you. Quick break. We will be right back. All right, welcome back. This is this is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Before we come back to the conversation in the studio, let's see what our sex position of the week is. This is Duvet. Do stay tuned. The raised feet posture. You can graduate to this position when you are having sex in the passionate missionary position. For her, as the mood heats up and you want to take your lovemaking to a higher pitch of passion, she can simply raise her legs and rest her feet on the top of his thighs. Her body language simply says, "Enter me more deeply." For both, raised feet posture is just one of the Ananga-Ranga positions in which the woman lies beneath the man with her legs raised. Try experimenting to find the leg angle that is most erotic for both of you. Some couples find it exciting if she rests her feet on the backs of his calves and lets her knees fall to the sides. Others love it when she raises her feet as high in the air as possible. For a powerfully intimate moment, she can try wrapping her legs around his body and hugging him close immediately after he climaxes. It is passionate because he can feel her desire as he presses himself deeply into her. Her knees crush her breasts as he bears down with each thrust. She relishes the force of his body on top of her. All right, so our sex position of the week is the raised feet position. Whitney, are you familiar with this position?
I have to see it again properly.
No, but we just saw it. We just saw it. Are you
Maybe
familiar?
Yeah.
a flash of it.
Yeah?
That's how I got my first son.
That's how you got your first son. Oh, so you're familiar. Okay.
What's the name?
The name raised
position.
feet. Raised feet.
This one?
Raised feet position. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm told that with this too, there's deeper penetration.
Yeah.
So when there's ejaculation, it goes like deep in.
You get pregnant fast.
You will
Yeah,
get
you
pregnant
get
really
pregnant
quick.
fast.
Yeah. With this. Nana.
Yeah, obviously one of the best ones.
Obviously one of the best
But
ones.
the man gets hurt.
How?
You see the way, I don't know whether they are doing it from the
I
bed
think a
or...
woman
Not
will
the
be
bed.
get hurt.
Yeah, you see the knee. You see the man's knee. But this is more like being at the gym.
Yeah. No.
This one there is
No, but the
crazy.
woman will get hurt.
Yeah, the woman is
But at this point, she doesn't feel any pain. She's enjoying. It's later when
But this
she's
is
done.
a very deep penetration.
This hurts.
And this will not be for, if a man is well endowed, he can't do this because it will hurt you. Because this penetration goes really deep.
And any man that will give you this position, and he does it well, you can't go anywhere. Wherever you go, you look for this man again.
I think men that give the position, they
You
love
look
you.
for him again.
If a man hits you well with this position, where will you go again?
You won't go anywhere again. You're stuck.
And I'm almost free. So no more man will get to.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
We know it's
Sandra, is that a confession? Oh,
not
okay.
lying.
Tell me more, Sandra. Tell me more.
This position.
Okay.
You have a guy doing this to you, I swear, you forget about it.
You can never forget about him. This is a good position, eh?
Nah, you can never forget about him because you always be thinking about him. Like you ask him, why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to me?
me?
Is that
Because-
question a good question or a bad question?
Like a good question at that time.
At
Yeah,
that time,
Let's finish.
mixed
Yeah.
feelings in the
Because
middle there somewhere.
This is
But I think if a guy
crazy.
does this, he really, really loves you, or
Yeah?
there's some feelings there. It's
Yeah.
not just, it's just not a hit and run type
No,
of
no,
move.
Yeah. This is for proper,
Yeah.
you know, where we're together type of sex. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So, Sandra, let me ask you, do women also go to offer a man sex,
Yeah.
right, in exchange for a favor? Because in all our conversations, we've talked about the fact that sometimes a woman will just come and ask for a favor. Oh, Nana Mami, 20,000. Nana Mami say. And then the man will say, okay, mama out there, then I would want to have sex with you. But do women go and offer the sex first
Yeah.
and then ask for a favor in return? Is that something that happens?
Yeah, they do.
Really?
A lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know some girls that if they want something, they go to they know that they have a very nice body, and then they know that when they go to a man to ask for something, they know that the only thing that they can offer is just sex. So they go like, you know what, I want something from this guy, and I know he's going to probably tell me that we should have sex. So that's what I can offer. So I'll
So
do it
I
and
will
then-
go with the sex as an
Yeah,
offer first.
Yeah. They actually dress sexy. They know they are ready for
Yeah, I
it. So
don't agree with that
sometimes
one too.
they won't even let the man speak. They're already seducing you because they know that when they are done, you know, that's when they can start asking you for stuff. Yeah. So the women do it.
Very interesting. So you'd go and offer your body,
Yeah.
have the man sleep with you, and then what if after that you ask him and he can't give you what
Yeah.
you're looking for?
The favor needs to come first.
Yeah, but they do it.
then what happens?
If you give it to me, fine. If you don't, I'll make sure you give it to me.
How?
Yeah, some women use that and then they use it to blackmail the men.
Oh, okay. So when they're having the sex, I mean, how are you going to blackmail the man? What are
Like
you
when you're
blackmailing
done
him with?
when he's done having sex with you, you're going to go like, oh, you know, I came here and then you even had sex with me. You're supposed to give me
Yeah, but
this.
in that instance, if you're telling another person, it will be your word against his, right?
Yeah,
people can choose to believe
some
you or
people
not
are
believe you.
Some people are not shy.
No, but if you're blackmailing someone, because I know that then if we extend this conversation, there are people who record themselves, record audios and all of that.
Unless she has a plan.
And use that to blackmail men. Like, okay, I have an audio of you saying this and that and that and that to me. And if, especially depending on who the man is and what their position is in the society, they want to use that against you. Maybe you're Sofu Penny B, you know, you are the head of a big church in the country, people respect you, maybe you're in a political position, something. So sometimes then the women want to use whatever it is they have gotten out of the whatever transaction was to say that, give me A, B, C, D, or I'll put this out. And in today's social media age, people don't need the media to support anything they do. Like I can wake up and put whatever it is I fancy on my own page. And depending on the weight of it, it will run before the close of day. Right? So sometimes then it becomes disturbing for the men.
Yeah.
Nana, have you had that situation where a woman has tried to blackmail you before?
No.
No?
No, because
Do you know someone who's been in that situation before, like a personal somebody?
What I know is that I want to advise the ladies, if you don't mind.
Okay.
If there's any man around your life who wants sex from you, or you are demanding something, and in exchange of that, you are giving him sex, and then you trust him and go to have sex with him, believing that after the sex, he'll give it to you, and you have a little doubt about the man, make sure you have a little test on that topic. Like, send each
Okay.
other a message.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Are you sure? If after the sex, you give me whatever I ask. Let him test something. So later, if he doesn't give you, you have an evidence.
So just
Okay.
let the favor
So with
come
that
first.
evidence alone, you can even go to court with
Right.
it. Yeah.
And these days, the women are taking the men to court.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God. I didn't think there would come a day when a man has sex with a woman and something goes bad and they take them to court.
Yeah.
Whether or not this man is married, nobody cares. Like, I'm taking you to court. And that is some serious type situation.
A friend shared his ordeal with me some years back. He told me he met one lady. I don't want to mention their religion anyway. And the lady came to him at home. She wanted something, just like the conversation we're having. So when the woman came, the guy realized that, no, she's not what he saw that night. So he didn't want to do anything with the woman, but he touched her and they kissed. But he didn't have sex with her. And he gave the woman a check, knowing that it will bounce.
Oh my God.
Okay? So when the woman went and the check didn't clear, she called the gentleman. He was like, he knew it wasn't going to clear. And he was like, oh, today, tomorrow. He said he was sleeping one night. And the girl brought 5 guys knocking at his door to demand money from the guy because the guy kissed her.
No.
And he had to, that night, pick a taxi, go to the ATM, withdraw more than what he was supposed to give to that girl that day, and pay double.
No way.
Yes. Do you know why? Because he's a reputable man. He didn't want any noise. He didn't want anybody to know about the story.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. If you're a reputable man, why don't you act that way?
Yes.
Why would you give, first of all,
Check.
if you don't want to give somebody something, again, nobody has a gun to your
It's
head.
not compulsory.
Don't do that. Don't do the thing
He
where...
wanted to take advantage of
Let
the
me
lady.
tell you this funny thing where some guy that got my number from a colleague of mine, and he calls me too much. Our friend is Anna Mabre, and I felt that I don't like him like that.
Yeah.
So then I stopped answering his calls, right? One time in the evening, he called me like 10 times. And I didn't answer none of it. And then he sent me a message. Guess what the message said? It said, Natalia, when I was calling you, I had bought a car for you. But because you didn't answer the call, I'm going to give it to somebody else. And I laughed. I hadn't laughed so hard. Like just a mysterious stuff. It's a concert band, no. Because some men like to do the whole thing where they would, sometimes you're there minding your business and somebody will come and say, oh, do you need something? What do you want? Whatever. And then you say it and then they never show. And I'm thinking about, why, who's pursuing you to do this stupidity? Honestly, like why? Why would you do
It could
that?
also be true.
Some are
What could be
serious.
true?
It could be true that he actually
bought
bought
it
you
for
a
you.
car.
Really?
There's guys
And
like
went to
that.
give it somebody because he called me 10 times.
No, but I'm not sure he's going to give it to somebody. But he's trying to say that he has something for you.
I
So
don't
why
want, but the thing is that, and that's something I tell my girlfriends all the time. First of all, if I don't like somebody that much, I don't like to take anything from them. Because I feel like, nah. It doesn't even feel right to me.
You're entertaining him, yeah?
Me make karate and ebenia because I wasn't brought up that way. I would only take things from somebody I like. All my friends, Romeo, because then, hey, I will go and meet him at his office and collect whatever
Because
I
you
need.
have that with
Because
them,
you know that he won't come and ask you for shishi, right? But then, if you don't like a man, really, as a rule of thumb, if you don't like a man, don't take anything
But
from
honestly,
him.
I don't think it's good to even exchange sex with favors. It doesn't look good. I feel you are taking advantage of somebody's vulnerability.
But isn't that what we do? Isn't that what we all do?
It's rampant now.
No. Isn't that what we all do? We all do it, right?
Yeah.
We all exchange sex for
Indirectly, we
favors.
do.
Yes, we do. Everybody does.
Do you know why?
Even
Because-
married people do. Because it is what it is.
it's
Because when
becoming
you're in a
romantic.
relationship or you meet a person or whatever, you're doing stuff and they're doing stuff. Like, only maybe it's not at the same time, But this person is with you. Maybe they're doing this for you all the time. You're also doing this for them all the time. It's like...
Okay, let me ask the three of you a question, even though I'm not a host. How do you feel?
You're allowed. You're allowed.
How do you feel when you go to a man or your boyfriend, you sleep with your boyfriend, and he gives you lorry fare, go home? How do you feel?
I don't like that. I don't like, first of all, I don't like it when a man gives me small money.
Thank you.
Seriously, don't give me transportation. Don't pay for my fuel. I don't want none of that. If you're giving me money, give me money. Do you understand? We can be in a relationship for a whole year. If you don't give me nothing, I don't care. Because the day you're giving me, you're proper really giving me. So don't give me, Natalia, 500, 1,000, and
So how will you advise ladies that do that? You go to a man.
Oh, no, to each their own. I don't think that.
Is it a good thing?
No, everybody's preference is different.
No,
some people like that because maybe I don't like to take the small money because maybe I'm self-sufficient, right? Maybe maybe I can take care of myself, or maybe I'll fall on all these you people to do this and that for me. But other women may not have that opportunity to have people in their lives who would help them. So if they come to you, or Ebiobite all the way central region, and they're coming to you, you would have to sort their transportation for them. It's important, right? Or if they need this and that, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're dating a single mother, every now and again you say, oh, I'm buying groceries for you and your kids. Those ones are important. Just that me, Natalia, me personally, I don't like that. I don't like small money. I don't like, oh, J500, J1000, J2000,
I transferred.
Whoa, mami sika, mami sika, na mi yemun sheme.
Oh my gosh, baby.
But sometimes, I feel that it is how a woman carries herself that will let a man also respect you to some level.
Okay.
I mean, a lady going to her boyfriend, and then she calls the guy, I'm here, come and settle the driver.
Oh, no. You know, that's, no, that.
These things are too basics, you know.
Yeah.
I mean.
I feel that, I mean, as a woman, there's certain basics that you have to cover yourself. I hear, like, my male friends say something like, oh, I had to buy airtime for my girlfriend, and I cringe. I'm like, really? Airtime? I'm sorry. You know, these are things that I think every woman should cover for themselves. Airtime, basic things like, I don't know, lunch, dinner, whatever. Cover for yourself, right? So that when the man, so it feels like, okay, so when he's giving you money, he feels like, hey, my girl, she covers everything. To cover these things. But then you have people asking for, give me airtime, give me this, give me that. I'm going to the salon, give me that. And then it gets consistent. And so I feel like that can also turn the man off in a way. Or he will get tired because it's not every day that you men have money, or is it?
No, it's not every day.
It's not every day, right? So sometimes you also need to
relax.
Cover some of the things. Whitney, do you like the small money, or you like one-time big money?
No, I like the baby. I transferred 10K. Maybe I transferred 20K. I like that one.
You like that
Once
one?
in a blue moon, you know.
No.
Why once in a blue moon?
But who told you that
weekly
it is a man's duty to be spending on a woman? Where did they write that?
In the Bible is where they wrote that. They wrote that in the Bible. Exactly.
That time, women were not working. During that time, now a true Bible, women were not working.
Okay.
They were at home. They were housewives.
Okay.
But like you are saying, you should size the girl and know her hair, her skin. Look at her skin. What cream she uses.
But you work, right?
Yeah, but no, the
guy,
fact that she works doesn't. So let me ask you a question, Romeo. If you're, I mean, as a man, if you're with a woman and you're not supporting that woman financially, does that make you feel okay? And you know that this woman is doing everything all by herself, but you're with her. She's your woman.
You have to support. That's why I said once in a blue moon. And she said no.
Yeah, but if it's once in a blue moon, it sounds to me like twice in a year.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Like, I can't be with a man.
It is twice a month.
Should we support you?
Yeah.
Twice
No. It shouldn't be monthly, right?
Okay.
But I'm saying that, okay, at least for me, for me, every 3 months, I'll make some sikapudu beer. And can you come?
Assuming I'm dating you,
right?
You know the job I do, and you can assume how much I receive monthly.
I know, Paul. I'm not assuming.
So how much will you expect from me?
Okay, so like for you, knowing what you do and how much you earn, maybe like every 3 months you can give me like maybe 30,000.
when you tabulate the whole man's salary and you multiply it by 3, it will not even be up to the amount you are demanding from me. So where do I get this money from?
No, but Nana, you can't do that because why are you using your salary as a basis? You do so many other things. Intimate her as Natalia, no. I'm not just talking about your salary that you earn from there. I'm talking about everything. And I miss you.
Dating is expensive in Ghana. But elsewhere, it's not like that.
It's not like...
You know, in America, I mean, does it happen like that?
The guy is expected to give the girl some money
over
if he's having sex with her. And
he's over there too.
Oh no, it's mandatory for the Black Americans.
Yeah,
the man has to be given
the whites.
Yes, the whites will do it.
So what about the stories we hear that Abuchi, oh no, girl, mupia. She'll pay for this. You pay
but
for
even in Ghana, people do that.
Yeah, Ghana.
Oh yeah, so
there's 50-50.
Oh, even in Ghana, people do that.
Call.
Oh no, even in Ghana, people do that. I've even been on dates where I footed the bill before. Even in Ghana, people do that because imagine if Romeo, I've gone out with you 10 times and you paid 9 times. So we do that. Only you will do most of it.
But your expectations are too high. You know, you need to calm down. You are giving so much pressure to the guys.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to come down for you. We'll try. We'll try and come down. But transactional sex, is it good sex?
No, you don't enjoy it.
You don't enjoy it?
No.
You don't? No. Because you're thinking about
what you're going to get
in the end. You're imagining the end from the beginning, so you really don't enjoy it.
You don't open up well.
You don't.
It's just like when you go to an asylum.
No, but then you are a man. You're saying transactional sex, you don't enjoy it. Because you said in the beginning that this is a woman that you've wanted for a while. We have meant. No,
I'm coming. You can only enjoy when the woman opens up to you.
But she has opened up to you.
No. Sex is not only about penetrating.
You see?
No.
So you're
it comes with love making first.
So the woman will give you like 20% action. Giant home mouth.
Yes.
That's why it's stiff be.
Yes. But when there's a connection.
Right.
Now baby I need so ordinary sashing not in you get me? But when she's taking something in exchange of the sex you are giving her, a woman can even be on her phone. That thing is so painful. A woman will be on bed with you, and then she'll be on her phone,
during
and then
sex?
You are knocking her.
Really?
And she's not feeling anything.
Are you serious?
How will you enjoy this?
Oh no.
Ask the guys who
but
go
why
to
would anybody? Why would anybody do that?
You pass through.
Why would anybody do that? Why would a woman be on her phone when?
Because she's not enjoying. She's not ready for it. But because she wants something, that's why.
Wow.
It happens.
Wow, that's terrible.
And the guy still continues.
And the guy will still continue. Of course he would.
A typical example is when a man goes to these ladies, along the street. You pay her and she gives you sex, right? And that one even comes with, there's a time
Terms
limit.
and conditions apply.
Maybe 30 minutes. So this lady, the whole night, about 20 men.
I'm told that they have these terms when they're like, you won't touch my hair, no touching this, no touching this, no doing this.
Kissing.
And I'm thinking, wow, if with all these restrictions, how would you enjoy the sex?
You just want to come and you're okay.
Wow.
You get me? So you don't enjoy it.
Okay. All right, let's wrap this up, you guys. You guys have been, I've enjoyed you, all 3 of you. Let's wrap this up. Whitney, sex for favors. In wrapping up, what will your final words be?
My final words for this convo is a lady should weigh her situation. Is it going to be beneficial? Is it worth it? She should think about the outcome of it and her values and her morals. If she feels she'll benefit for it, then it's for her. If she feels, no, I don't want to lead the guy on, I don't want nothing, she shouldn't do it. That's my final word.
That's your final words. Nana?
Well, sex for favors is not something that will entertain, but it's happening. So my advice is that if you're a woman and you're watching and you think you don't have anything for a man, don't go and ask anything from him, especially when you know that the man wants you. And you know you don't want this man, don't go and ask anything from him. Because men, we know a lot of tricks women use. It's like you propose to a woman and she says no to you and you forget about it, then you move on. Then one day you are there and she says, hey, Nana, so you don't even look for me. it tells you that her mind is coming. If you are smart, there's a way you can get her. So if you don't like him, you don't like him. Don't go and ask anything from the man. Other than that, he will also ask something in return. So pamno no be a
baby. Sandra, in wrapping up, what do you say?
To some people, it's actually a good thing. To some people, it's actually a bad thing. So I think you yourself should know how you go about it. If it's a good thing for you, fine. If it's a bad thing for you, just know how to handle it. Don't go to where you know that they will ask you for the sex. Sit in your house and then mind your business. That's just it. That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk social media handles. And if you have any projects coming up, Whitney, what's your social media handle?
My social media handle for Instagram is Whitney D Official, Twitter Whitney D Official, Snapchat Whitney XD, and I have my unapologetic EP coming out in September.
Okay, that's wonderful. Nana?
Well, there's a show that is coming up soon in Norway from Entertainment Avenue and Shizik. It's a summer Afrobeat jam in Norway. 27th of this month, 7 p.m. at Lille Ole Bu.
Lille Ole Bu.
Yeah, in Bergen.
In Bergen, Norway.
Yeah, so they should watch out. Kisa Kede, Olive the Boy, and then
Article 1.
Article 1 and Mr. Medicine, yeah.
Okay, Lil Olibo, Bergen, Norway. All right, Sandra, do you have any projects coming up? Oh, your social media handles, Nana.
Well, everywhere.
Okay.
It's not willy, it's well.
Well. Okay.
Okay, so for my Instagram handle is _Sandra_Idara. For Snapchat is Idara_GH. So for me, I'm basically a hairstylist and I'm into wig making, wig styling.
Okay.
So in case you're interested, you can DM me at Alio Hair Studios and I will take care of you.
You're on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Alio Hair Studios. I'll check you out.
Yeah, check
Maybe
me
I'll
out.
have you do a couple of things for me. Yeah?
I'll style you nicely.
Yes, please. All right, so this is where we draw the curtain. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm sure that you have been educated and